Right, Josh here with Enduro Method. Here to quickly go over how to read a tempo. So tempo is a prescription or a time prescription for each rep. So when you see it written out, it'll be written like so, but you want to read it individually. So you do not want to read it as 31x1. You would actually read it as 31x1. This first number here always starts with the eccentric or negative portion of the movement. So you could think toward gravity. The second number is the bottom portion of that movement. The third number is the concentric or away from gravity portion of that. And then the last number is at the top of that rep. So if you see it written out like this, 31x1, you're gonna be 3 seconds on a lowering portion, 1 second at the bottom, stand up as fast as possible, and 1 second at the top. Now, dependent on the movement, you might be starting that movement somewhere in the middle, but this first number, whenever the tempo is written out, is always the eccentric or toward gravity portion of the lift. So imagine if you're doing a pull-up where you're starting hanging from a bar, right? You're gonna be hanging with the arm straight at the bottom. So your first movement typically on that is to pull yourself to the top. So if you're using this 31x1 for a pull-up, you'd pull yourself to the top as fast as possible. You'd be 1 second at the top with the chin over the bar. You would do 3 seconds from top to bottom, so lowering yourself nice and smooth over that 3 seconds. And then you'd have 1 second pause at the bottom with the arms straight. If you're doing something like an air squat where you start standing, your first movement on an air squat is lower yourself down. So you would go 3 seconds nice and smooth to the bottom of your air squat. You would hold 1 second at the bottom. You would stand up as quickly as possible, take 1 second at the top before starting your next rep. Again, these numbers will change, and these are just a cadence, or you could think of a time domain per portions of the movement or the rep that you're doing. So to do 1 rep of this, you'd have 3 seconds plus 1 second. We'll call it a second to stand up as quick as possible, and another second here. So each rep here would take 6 seconds if you were doing this 31x1 tempo.